Hi, I'm Abusive. I really didn't want to have to make this kind of video, like at all, let alone like for my first video ever. But I'm at a point in my life where I have to ask for help. A week ago, I was physically assaulted by my dad and kicked out of my home. I lost almost everything. I only managed to secure my most important belongings, and now I'm displaced and staying on my sister's couch. But this is only temporary, and I don't have anywhere stable to go. I don't even have a car or a means of transportation. I need to secure housing as soon as possible for my own safety and stability, and right now I have nowhere permanent to go. And without stable housing, I can't begin rebuilding my life, finding work, or becoming independent. On top of that, I'm at risk of losing my two cats. They've been with me through years of instability and abuse, and they're one of the only sources of comfort I've had. My sister doesn't have the space to keep them long term, and losing them on top of everything else would just be devastating. I grew up in a home that was very emotionally and sometimes physically abusive. I was pulled out of school when I was 11 and never really got a real education after that. I was completely isolated and I haven't even had a friend in real life ever since. Because of this, I've had almost no opportunities to work or build any savings, and I'm not at all prepared to support myself on my own. My goal is to raise $6,000 so I can safely secure an apartment for me and my two cats, cover move-in fees, and purchase a cheap cash car so I could commute to a job and become fully independent. This would allow me to escape my abusive home situation permanently and finally build a safe, stable life. Here's exactly what that amount would go towards. $2,000 to $3,000 would go towards the apartment move-in costs. This would cover the security deposit, the first month's rent, pet deposits for my two cats, application fees, and utility setup. This would give me a stable, safe place to live while I rebuild my life. 2,000 to 3,000 would cover a cheap cash car. I don't have any transportation right now, and a low-cost car would let me get to job interviews, work, buy groceries, and stay independent. $200 to $400 would cover basic essentials like groceries, gas once I have a car, and other essentials I lost when I was kicked out. $50 to $150 would cover essentials for my cats. This goes for, food, litter, and flea/worm treatment since they were neglected in my parents' home. This isn't luxury by any means, it's just the bare minimum I need to stay safe, keep my pets, and start over. Escaping was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and I'm trying my best to rebuild, but I can't do it alone. If you're able to help, thank you. It genuinely means more to me than I could say. It doesn't even have to be financially. If you could even just share this video with someone you know, it would help so much. I also want to say I'm an artist. Creating art has always been the one thing that makes me feel like I have a future, and it's something I'm truly passionate about. I don't want to only be known for what I'm going through right now. Once I'm safe and stable, I want to share my work, grow as an artist, and build a real following around what I create. I've always wanted to, but I've always been so shy and nervous and never really had the courage, but I want to move past that. If you choose to support me now, I hope you'll stick around to see what I can offer when I'm finally able to create again. Thank you for listening, for caring, and for taking the time to hear my story. It truly means more than I can put into words. I'm doing everything I can to rebuild, and any support, again, even just sharing, helps me take one step closer to a safe and stable life. Thank you.